Hey guys, how you doing? Michael Fleischner here with the Freelancer Profit System. And today we're talking about building your freelance team. Now, as a freelancer, especially when you start out, chances are that you'll be doing all the work yourself. And quite honestly, that's recommended because you're selling your services, and you're going to work at developing a process for managing that work. Meaning, as work comes in, how do you onboard a client? How do you get everything set up for whatever it is you're doing? Let's say you're a photographer. Well, you have to schedule the time with the client. You might have to do the shoot. Then you have to do editing. There's a whole process involved. And if you're in the digital world, maybe you're blogging, well, you have to do an editorial calendar. You have to run the ideas past your client. You need to load your first draft into Google Drive. There's a lot of process. But at some point, you may be taking on more work than you personally can handle. And that's when you have to start thinking about building a freelance team. Now, there are a few things to keep in mind. And the first is that as a freelancer working with other freelancers, you want to focus on bringing people in for specific projects as opposed to hiring someone full time. Because when you hire somebody full time, in addition to the cost of doing so, you would really need enough work to keep that person busy 40 hours a week. And unless you're taking on a huge client list right out of the gate, that's going to be a little difficult to sustain for both you, the business, and that individual you're paying. So the recommendation is to focus on bringing in freelancers, other freelancers, or part-time workers who can help you on a project by project basis. Now, what that means is that you're hiring this person to help with, let's say, client A, and client A is an online blog that needs X amount of articles per week or per month. And that individual can help. Maybe they can draft some of the articles or edit some of the articles. Maybe you're doing the writing, but they're doing the editing. And since it's project work, that means that as long as you have this client, they're working with you and you're paying them a fixed amount of money or an agreed upon amount of money, either for the individual task or maybe the individual job or maybe just the client, right? If the client's paying you, let's say, $500 a month, you tell this editor you'll pay them $100 a month. And of course, I'm just using round numbers. But the benefit of doing it that way is that as you're building your freelance team, if that client goes away, you're no longer paying that freelancer. And that keeps your costs in check, because if that person was a full-time person or a part-time person on a salary, you would have to pay them whether that client was there or not. So hiring people for a specific project makes a lot of sense, especially in the beginning, until you have a large enough client base that if you lose one, you're probably going to get one, or if you lose a couple, it's really not going to impact your ability to pay for help. And when you're building your freelance team, think specifically about those tasks that need to get done in relation to the service offering, but also think about those that are going to support your business. Might be a client services person, might be, as we mentioned, an editor. It might be an administrative assistant or a VA, a virtual assistant. There are different roles that can help grow and sustain your business, but you really don't want to invest in those until your business is really at the point where it's self-sustaining and you've got a longer or bigger client list. All right, so that's a quick and easy way to grow your freelance business, to staff your freelance business, and really make it work for you. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Definitely share it with others who can benefit, and comment below. I want to hear from you. And of course, subscribe to the channel for updates almost daily. And let me know if there's anything you would like me to cover about freelancing. All right, everybody, Michael Fleischner with the Freelancer Profit System. We'll see you next time.